That is total bullcrap! ADA continuation rule 113D, sir. Sudden death! All right, bring it!
I don't believe it, folks. Sudden death.
And this is A&B Convo's Wrestling Edition.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome back to the most must-see wrestling review and live reaction show in all of YouTube. Welcome to A&B Convo's Wrestling Edition. But you already knew that because you're here. What is going on, people? First and foremost, I hope we're looking okay. I think we're okay. We look okay. We sound okay. What is going on? Yeah, I think that's okay. Because, the last time, boy, not the business. Not the business. We're not going to take up too much of your time. We got a lot to talk about. Very little time to get to it. First and foremost, we're going to get some quick shouts like we always do. The top of the hour. Who has the fast pass? First in line. Come on, Jedi
Knight.
We acknowledge you.
Acknowledge.
What's going on, Jedi Knight? We know you sent some DMs on the tweets, the twit bots. We haven't had a chance to look at it yet. We were wrapped up in Revolution, trying to get ready for this. But we will check it out. But if it's something in particular, you can let us know in the comments. Good to see you. Richie Bailey, what's going on now? Good to see you, Richie Bailey. Everybody acknowledge our Super Chat champion of the world, Richie Bailey. Always a pleasure having you in here. Thank you very much. Who else do we have in here? Nico Thompson. Nico Thompson.
Hi, Nico.
It's good to see you, Nico. What's going on?
Welcome.
Yeah, we're going to start with the AEW Revolution, obviously, and then we're going to wrap up with SmackDown.
Yes. Hey, Jade Manchester.
Revolution, boy, we have some. We agree to disagree on some things, and we're going to talk about it. There are three matches in particular we do want to talk about because the whole card was pretty crazy. What up, Jody Bennett? Woo! What's going on, Jody? Nation of Domination. Of course, Jaden Winchester. Good to see you in here, Jaden. Thank y'all for joining us. We got a lot of people in here. It's good to see everybody. What's up, Dro? Good to see you as well. How are you, my friend?
Yes, welcome.
CM Punk returns, confronts MJF, retains his title. I mean,
I don't know, because Bryan Danielson is tougher than MJF. I mean, CM Punk is. So I don't know that CM Punk is going to come back and get that title back.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to agree with you on that one, homeboy.
I think he would need to eat some humble pie to come back. And I don't, he's not a humble guy.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Neptune X. Yeah! What's going on, Neptune X? Good to see you. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We got Darian Thomas in the house.
Hey, Darian.
Anthony, what's going down?
Hey, Anthony.
Good to see you in here. Who else we got? We got a couple more folks. Samantha Poole, how are you? What's
Samantha.
up? Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Did everybody in here watch? Because we always think the majority of our audience are WWE people. When we have done some AEW stuff in the past, doesn't get quite the reaction that WWE does. But it seems like a lot of people have watched Revolution today. So I do want to talk about it. Welcome back, Jaden. Good to see you back in here.
It was a pretty fire show.
What up, Zay? How are you?
Zay. Hey,
Rickardy. Yeah. First super chat of the night from the OG Sophie Dopey.
Thank you, Sophie Dopey in the house.
The clap goes to the first super chat of the night. Did you hear about Vince is the reason we got Brock versus Omas at Mania? I did hear that. I don't know if you heard that.
I did hear that.
Are you surprised? I mean, we've been talking about this for the longest time, even though we've seen the reports that he's back. He is not going to be touching creative. I think collectively all felt it was just a matter of time.
I saw someone else comment that Brock didn't want anything to do with Bray. Like he doesn't like that. He's not into the supernatural stuff.
I mean, I can respect it, but I mean, do we consider Brock versus Omas a WrestleMania event match? Is it a WrestleMania level match? Well,
I feel like at this point, Omas has heard all the talk, right? Everybody, I mean, everyone across the board pretty much feels that way. So it will be interesting to see if they try to prove everyone wrong and come with it and bring a match that's talk worthy after, because it is what it is. They're not going to uncall it.
True.
So now Omos better step up and prove that he's worth that moment.
True. I don't know. We have a few weeks leading up to WrestleMania. We still got some build up that's got to get done. If I'm to believe in this match and not being a 5-minute just F5 suplex city 1, 2, 3, I need to see Omos get the better of Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see a frustrated, upset, almost confused Brock Lesnar, maybe smiling at the end. Like you clearly see that this guy is outpowering you. He's bigger than you. I don't know. But thank you, Sophie Dofi, for that super chat.
Hey, Three Kings.
What up, Three Kings? What's going down? Good to see you in here. I think I saw another super chat. Hey, Shayla, what's going on?
Wrestling Bray Wyatt. Welcome.
That's a great name. That's a great name. Arcel World.
Hey, Arcel World.
Good to see you as well. There we go, Three Kings. Come on now.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hashtag circle message midnight gang on the East Coast. But we in the building. Fire emoji, circle, send.
Thank you. I know it's late. We weren't going to come on this late, but then the pay-per-view was happening, so we really had to push it back.
Yeah, we were debating, but truth be told, we don't really like to compete with pay-per-views or even shows. It's one of the reasons why when we do our Monday Night Raw, which we will be doing tomorrow, it's the last half watch, and then we talk about the show. Because we're not trying to do a review or whatever. And yeah, we don't want to do that. It's not fair to you guys. And we want to enjoy it just like you want to enjoy it. But we want to enjoy it together. But this pay-per-view, we were really interested. And it delivered a lot of blood, a lot of carnage. So, and I'm from the East Coast too, so I can respect it. And I appreciate it. And like we said, we're not going to take up too much of your time.
Thank you, Sophie Dofi. Appreciate
Did we give a hint of the bloodline? Joe, I don't know. What was the hint? Sam Paboon, good to see you in here. Thank you for that super chat. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. What do you think about MJF and Bryan Danielson match tonight, AEW Revolution?
Oh, we about to get into that. Hey, Shayla.
I think that's a good time. Let's just discuss it.
Let's just discuss it.
Damn. And I'm not really one of a cussing man up in here as a family show, but yeah, that 6-man Iron Man match. Let me tell you something. First of all, we originally were going to go live at 8:30 our time. We pushed it back because we were looking at this going, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, we had I think it was a tag team championship that was the match right before the Bryan Danielson one. And we're like, I don't know, 60 minutes.
Right.
And then he went to sudden death. I mean, I kind of felt bad for any match following the Hangman, Adam Page, and Jon Moxley match because that was outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what we witnessed, but I feel like everything after that, like they set a bar so high, everything after that had to come with it.
Well, I mean, and they did ultimately come with it, and you knew that. Bryan Danielson would.
Let me put up the ticker. Because right now we're talking about, well, not the ticker. Let me put up the
Oh, so first we're gonna talk about this.
I'm gonna put up the graphic. Well, he.
Yeah.
Oh no! You're right. Yeah,
No, he asked
you're right.
about
Yeah,
the
this
other
one.
Yeah.
This one. My fault. Yes, this one right here. MJF, Bryan Danielson. Go.
I mean, it was disgusting. Like, I mean, I don't, all the blood that was pouring out of their face, like their mouth. And first of all, MJF to blow snot on him was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in the ring. And I never want to see it again. He's disgusting. But I feel like he was trying to almost one up WWE, because WWE lately has been trying to do that with the fans more, like how Rhea Ripley, how Jedi Knight was saying, how he was messing with that little girl. And first of all, that little girl, you can feel sorry for her all you want to, but she's famous. That's her WWE moment. And then Liv had a backstage moment with her, like had a moment, please. I'll cry if you give me that moment too. But that was disgusting. And I was kind of hoping that they were going to give Bryan Danielson a run. I thought they were going to give him a moment to have that title. So I was a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I feel like MJF did step it up a lot more. I feel like he earned that victory. He did. But he did cheat along the way, but that's what heels do. I say it for Roman, so I got to say it for him too. But that was brutal.
I just want to go ahead and say that I feel for anybody that put your body on the line like these guys did. I wasn't sure what to expect from a 60-man Iron Man match, but it delivered. And MJF, I mean, he kept, I don't know what bottle of water he was, Crystal Geyser, Arrowhead. My man kept going to the well. He was clearly very thirsty. But that blood pouring down his head was flowing just like water. I mean, that's what happens. That's what happens when you drink a lot of water. Right? You donate blood, it just flows out. So he's very hydrated. But that crack to the skull with that oxygen tank, dude, that you could hear that crack around the world. I don't know if my man was seeing stars. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
I was hopeful that Bryan would have won it. And I kind of said, I think we're about to give him a run. But then as the match went on and it went to sudden death, I went, okay, that's it. I think MJF is going to retain. And sure enough, because you can't take anything away from these guys. You can't take anything away from MJF or Bryan Danielson. And at the end of the day, these guys put in work, like you said. So is there really a winner or a loser out of this? I don't know.
Well, I mean, so that's what I was saying, that I feel like Saraya and Toni Storm are also trying to really get in there, slap people's drink out of their hand, spray paint on people's stuff. But for MJF to take that mother's drink and throw it in the sun's face, that was to me the ultimate heel move. The ultimate heel move. Like, you didn't just throw it in her face, you threw it in her kid's face. Like,
I loved it.
Crazy.
That was fantastic. That's what a heel does.
That's crazy.
What up, George Lowry?
Hey, George.
What's going down? It's good to see you in here. Sophie Dovey, to answer your question, no, we have not watched the Chris Rock special yet. We tried to watch it last night. I don't know. We'll watch it tonight. Maybe we'll start it.
I know it's kind of late.
We will see. What did you guys think of the MJF Bryan Danielson match? Did the right man win? This is what I want to know. Did the right man win? You seem a little conflicted. You're right over there. You seem a little conflicted. Adam Cole and MJF have Twitter beef. Yeah, well, Twitter is where it happens. It's all about the Twitter beef.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about that Twitter beef.
I mean, MJF has beef with everybody. Come on now.
Bryan Danielson was born for yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Three Kings right here. Come on, Three Kings. You don't have to do us like
that.
Thank
you.
We appreciate that. Thank you for that super chat. We appreciate that very, very much. And just so you know, to everybody that supports us in the way that you do, it all goes back into this for you. We do what we can, the absolute best, to make this the best possible show for you guys, because we will not be here without you. With that said, circle message. Hangman versus Moxley was one of the most brutal matches I've ever seen. That was ECW, CCW level hardcore.
I mean, yeah, so put that one up. So
let's
honestly,
yeah, let me put up that
I couldn't watch most of it.
let me put that right one
I
up.
couldn't watch most of it. It was disgusting. And I feel like Hangman Adam Page is the only other person to me that's up there in ego, like MJF. Like he is so full of himself, and he has no respect for the people who have paved the way for him. But you know, he did get the better of it at the end of the night. But I mean, that curb stomp on that brick. I mean, there were just some things going on that I just couldn't look at. I can't even lie. I couldn't look at it. I had to turn away.
I will admit, there were a couple of times I turned away too. I mean, I've seen some stuff in my life, some stuff I wish I'd never seen, and I almost want to say this match ranks right up there.
I mean, to wrap the chair with barbed wire,
my man wrapped his own body. He himself became a weapon of mass destruction. Do you understand what I'm saying? Launches himself off of the top rope in cowboy boots to boot to take it to Mox. At the end, my man gets choked out, and I gotta be honest with you, it looked like he was enjoying it a little bit. I don't know what Jon Moxley is into with Renee Young behind closed doors. I'm going to be honest with you. I look at some of these matches, I kind of feel like they're living out a fantasy that maybe their significant other don't want them to live out at home. Okay? This is a little
I feel like at the end, if Moxley wouldn't have tapped that, Adam Page was actually about to break his neck with that chain. That was insane. The strength he was putting on that chain, you wouldn't mind it if he died live on there.
No, because I'm going to tell you, what also was a surprise for me, and let me go ahead and just, I'm going to bring that down real quick. Thank you, Three Kings. What was a surprise for me was Wardlow and Samoa Joe. I honestly did not expect my man to get choked out.
Right.
We've seen him in that position before, and he's managed to get out of it. First of all, kudos to the refs in AEW going old school.
Yeah.
Going old school. And then you hook it up, brother. But my man just ring the bell. I love that. That's the way you do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I did not think that he was going to go sleep. Like he went to night-night.
Yeah, no, he went to night-night. And that was shocking. That was shocking. But I mean, I applauded it.
And I dug the match. But again, that had to follow the brutality that was. I just don't know. But see, this is what I'm saying. Hear me out, folks. We got some more comments I want to get to, but hear me out. Because I said this to her. This is part of the thing that we disagree on. You have a certain pay-per-view on the other side of the world, WWE, called Elimination Chamber. Oh, no, not Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules. They want a damn thing extreme about that pay-per-view. This pay-per-view, my friends, had 2 matches at minimum that fit that bill. I understand Triple H is not wanting to get involved with the blood and all that, although he made a career off of it. Take a look at his forehead. It tells the tale. Nothing wrong with having a little bit of blood. It's called blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, respect. You got to bleed. Now, am I saying bleed like a stuck pig like MJF? No. But dagnabbit, Extreme Rules should be extreme. Get some barbed wire. Get a table. Get some chairs. I don't want to see some kendos. These guys took it to a place that I'm happy to see on a pay-per-view, because you should see stuff on a pay-per-view that you don't see on a regular televised event. I don't think that's too much to ask. It's a pay-per-view. I'm literally paying to see something that I can't see on TBS or USA. Kick it up a notch. And they did in this pay-per-view. Now, turn to the ladies for a second. Let's turn to the ladies for a hot second. As they call it, the three-way. Don't like that phrase. Not comfortable with that phrase, especially with the ladies. Should be a triple threat. I prefer a triple threat. That's what I'm going to call it. The triple threat match. Saraya, Ruby Soho, and the AEW World Heavyweight Women's Champion, Jaime Hayter. This took an unexpected turn.
Well, I mean, Hayter retaining, I think you thought she was gonna lose and Saraya was gonna get the title, right?
I for sure had my money on Saraya getting this because I said it's the numbers game. And Toni Storm certainly made her presence felt. But the one thing we did not really count on was Ruby Soho. Like, I don't know.
After the fact, but I think it was funny, and I was mentioning this to him that the commentator table cannot figure out what to call this. It's the the OGs of AEW versus the outsiders, the free agents,
AEW outsiders.
the AEW outsiders. Like, just say the X's and we'll know. We all know they come from WWE. You could say the Xers. We know what you're trying to say. Like, you are alluding to the fact that they didn't start at AEW. And we know what that means. We understand their connection. So I think that they should play that up and just stop beating around the bush with it. But
I want to see Ruby Soho with the toothpick. Hey, yo, the big man and the medium-sized man. That's what I want to see.
I hope that she picks it up with them because Toni Storm has picked it up.
Yeah.
And Ruby Soho in that match was not great.
No.
She just wasn't. And
no, man, like when she was on the she was in in the audience and she was holding I think she was holding the ref's hand or something.
No, a security guard.
The security guy's hand. And she stood there for like a good 5-10 minutes.
We were like, anybody seen Johnny?
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole match, dude, and they were just standing there awkwardly, like
waiting for her to make her move. Like,
are you gonna jump? Are we doing this?
Yeah, I mean, she does not like to connect, and you know how we feel about that. I feel like after the match, when she kicked Britt Baker, it was whatever. She barely connected with her too, but she did connect with Jaime Hayter. But I just hope that she needs to train with Saraya because she's just so scared to hit people, and we don't like that. You just take us out of it when you do that.
You really do. Again, it's based in kayfabe, and in a pay-per-view where we saw just absolute carnage, decimation, Jungle Boy, and Christian Cage. I mean, a really cool casket match. It's a pay-per-view, dog. It's a pay-per-view. This is the time to shine. I don't know what it is with Ruby Soho, and I'm hoping that now that she's a heel, that you will look at Toni Storm. Toni Storm was over here. You saw her. She was just wailing up a storm. It's not so hard. Just connect with your moves. Make us believe in what we're seeing, Ruby. We're fans of you. Okay? So step it up.
Well, that's kind of weighing these days because I feel like she's been around long enough to step it up. And to be honest with you, Saraya and Toni Storm are rougher with the cameramen and the people in the audience than Ruby is in the ring.
Right? I mean, let's take a look at this. You have Double J, that's JEFF, JARRET, that's Double J. Jeff Jarrett getting rougher with Aubrey freaking Edwards
than Ruby got with anybody tonight.
Aubrey Edwards was hitting harder than Ruby Soho. Hashtag facts. There's something wrong when your referee is putting in more work in the ring than the actual in-ring performer.
Right.
That's all I'm trying to say. Again, we believe in you, Ruby. Step up your game. Mm-hmm. Step it up, son. Am I wrong? Did y'all see this? I could be wrong. I don't know.
Samantha Cole said her sister couldn't watch it. Yeah, I mean, it was
It was a lot.
I mean, I was trying to look, and then I would look away, and I'm like, okay, I need a minute, and then I would look, but with the barbed wire getting stuck in the skin, I can't.
Three Kings talking about that fork. You saw that fork.
When he pulled a fork out, I mean, are you forking kidding me?
Good God Almighty, man! Stick a fork at him. My man is done.
Yeah, he took that way too literally.
I'm just saying, John Moxley and Renee Young, good God Almighty, they have a family. Okay, you got to draw the line somewhere here, folks, and they done crossed over that. But again, it's a pay-per-view. You got to give them something to remember. You got to give them something to talk about, which we're doing.
Somebody stabbing you in the head with a fork, and I'll tell you what, that's an interesting weapon to carry around because they can't do nothing if you got a fork on you. That's not against the law.
They clearly went back to catering. Okay, where some other people are hanging out. They took some utensils, brought it out to the ring. That's what I'm trying to get at over here with WWE. These are now Triple H.
You want them to stab people in the head with a fork?
These are now Triple H produced pay-per-views. He comes from a different era of wrestling where you finish the match. You get injured, you have a little blood. You just put in some work. This is not an exhibition bout.
You know what, Rickardy? I think, oh, hey, Amity, welcome. I think, Rickardy, that he was paying homage to Seth. They're still friends. They're still good friends. So I don't think he was still on the page. I think he was paying homage to his, fellow Shield brother.
To answer your question, Dro, to be perfectly honest with you, and anybody else that are fans, do not judge us. I have yet to watch any of the John Wick movies. I've tried. I have a hard time sitting through them. I'm trying to make it through number 1. No, I will not be seeing 4 anytime soon. I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves. Yeah,
I know, so am I, and I don't know why we just haven't. You got to try to understand how long the list of things we need to watch is, because we watch wrestling as soon as we're off work. We both work full time still. So, when this is our full-time job, we'll have more time to watch stuff like that. But we're like trying to watch all the wrestling we can in between work. So,
Shayla, I gotta agree with you. I know there are plenty of people who are on the CM Punk train. I know people were clamoring to come back for 7 years. I was not one of them. I was never a fan of the man. I think he can cut a good promo. I don't like his in-ring style. I think he's gotten worse, quite frankly, as he's gotten older.
Mm-hmm.
His ego he needs some humble pie. That's the biggest issue that I have with him. There are a lot of wrestlers out there that are egotistical, certainly, but they can back it up in the ring. CM Punk, he's just okay in the ring, to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to come back and you're really going to come into AEW one more go around, I want to see a little bit of, even if you have that ego, back it up. I'm not a fan of somebody doing it all for their namesake. You know what I mean? Like, we're fans of Lita. I'm glad that she's one half of the women's tag team champions. But let's just be honest. Was that some of Lita's best work in that match? Can we be honest?
You would feel like she had just did a 60-minute Iron Man match and then went into that match because she was winded so fast. And you know how I feel about people being winded like that.
It's tough. I know you've got a little ring rust, but I'm saying if you got the call,
you should have been running on that treadmill every day, preparing, working yourself up for that cardio.
And if you did, because we don't know, we weren't with you. Let's just say that you did, and that was the best that we got. Houston, we got a problem.
Then maybe Trish should have came into the ring, and you should have been on the outside assisting.
So that's all I'm saying. If you're gonna talk the talk, you got to walk the walk. So far, CM Punk has been injured, 2-3 times? I'm cool on him. Richie Bailey.
Hey, Richie Bailey.
Come on now, Richie Bailey. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
It's crazy how they have Joe lose every other match. LOL. Didn't really like the decision, but I get it. Need a face to go against Hobbs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. First of all, I was telling her, I'm a fan of Samoa Joe. Love the fact that he got him in the ring. I knew my man could still go. Hated the fact that they had him on the shelf in NXT. Kind of reminded me back when they had Macho Man on commentary. I didn't mind Macho Man on commentary, but my man could still go. But for whatever reason, WWE's like, nope, hang you on the shelf. Paige, hang you on the shelf. Danielson, hang you on the shelf. I don't know why they do it. I really don't. Clearly, these guys can still go, and they go well. For my money, I would love to have seen Samoa Joe. I mean, I like Wardlow. I'm glad he won the title. I'm not mad at it. But I prefer to have seen Samoa Joe and Hobbs. Hobbs is a big, bad dude. He talks the talk and he walks the walk. I did not expect to see Samoa Joe get choked out.
No, for sure. We were like, well, what? Yeah.
So if this is the direction that they're going, then I expect to see a banger between Wardlow and Hobbs.
Bang, 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 bang,
Okay,
bang,
well,
bang.
hey, no. Family show.
Oh.
Not that kind of show. Although that was... Who was she doing? Some of y'all might know. Thank you, Richie Bailey. We appreciate
Rich
that.
Bailey.
Ring of Honor's pay-per-view coming up, and we'll watch it. We will watch it. We will definitely check it out. Little color for the screen, yes, sir. We changed it up a little bit, just a little bit. Have you watched the reboot of Ring of Honor? A little bit. Not mad at it. It looks beautiful. The arena, everything, it looks fantastic. Fantastic. Nope.
But we would like to mention that, wow, the tag team title match that WoW had, was that last week?
Which one?
On WoW. The women tag team titles was one of the worst matches I think that we've ever seen since Glow was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, that was awful. It was awful. I just want to say it was awful. And they have some decent people and they've had some decent matches, but that just like brought shame. Shame.
We need to get a shame bell. We're getting a shame bell.
Oh, that would be so cool.
We're getting a shame bell. Yeah, look, pro wrestling. Love it. Love it since we were kids. We'll love it to the day I die. It is what it is. It's changed over the years. One thing that has not changed, one thing that will never change, is the belief that in that ring, what we're watching is just like we were watching UFC last night. Okay? Do we, in any way, shape, or form, make the mistake of thinking pro wrestling is mixed martial arts? No, we do not. I'm saying that when you're in that ring, get us to believe this. If you're in this ring fooling around, if you're in this ring just taking your time, doing, the difference is Orange Cassidy does it intentionally. He's totally gotten over it, and I'm here for it. It's hilarious. If you're doing that, like, seriously, this is how I move. I'm moving in slow motion. I'm just like that WoW thing. We want to believe we're believers in women's wrestling so much. And that's why we are so on it, because we want to see better.
That's why we have to call it out.
That's all. Yeah, and I just, it blows my mind that the powers that be in the back are sitting here looking at this going, great job, guys. There's no way.
There's no way they didn't all get an earful after that. That was awful. George Lowry, the OGs versus the new blood is what I call it. Yeah, I mean, they could have took a page out of that and did that as well. But I mean, the reality is you might as well acknowledge that their connection is that they came over here feeling like they were already the mess because they had established themselves in WWE. That's the reality of it. So they came over here. Britt Baker and Hayter are like, we made a name of ourselves from nothing, from this show, from the ground up. So you're not going to come walking in here like, oh, I'm already established. We made this show what it was. That is what makes the fight so good. So the fact that they're scared to call it what it is, to me, sucks. We know what it is.
There's a fine balance. All right. We understand you're on the road 300 days out of the year. You got house shows, dark shows. We get it. You cannot go 110 every single night, and that's fine. But when it's televised, anytime this is on TV, where you got a telephoto lens zooming in on you, step up your game.
Step up your game, son.
Connect with your moves. Act like you want to be here. You know, I know Ruby had a little work down the nose, just like Natalya, and I understand the doctors tell you, don't get hit in the face. Okay? We have a daughter that's the same situation. Had a whole situation here, and the doctor said, don't get hit in the face. What happened? Dog hit her in the face. Then I ended up looking like John Cena after that Seth Rollins match and had to get fixed.
Hey, Hunter, welcome.
So,
hey, Isaiah Smalls.
that's all we're trying to say. That's all we're trying to say.
And yes,
Richie Bailey, I feel you.
Hayter versus Charlotte would be fire.
It would.
Be fire.
It would. I can kind of see Jaime Hayter in the WWE, but I think she has, since she's become champion especially, has just been dynamite. I mean, she's been so good. It's the coat, like you say all the time.
You gotta have the coat.
You gotta have the jacket.
And the attitude. She's got it both. And she backs it up in the ring. She is a heavy hitter.
See, and I'm saying that's what Ruby Soho. You got the jacket.
And I love her name and her slogan, all of it. It's great. It's great. Dro, you have to write your comment again.
No, we got your comment. It's all about the John Wick. We got you. See?
Oh.
No, we're not going to see John Wick 4. Like we said, we haven't even seen any of the John Wicks. There's something completely wrong with that. I don't know which one that is. Jeff Jarrett wrestling AEW in 2023. Why? My man can still go. I mean, look at Dustin Rhodes. You know, they're in that same age category. They can still go. Jeff
Jarrett, I didn't think he did that great tonight. I feel like he can hang it up. I feel like, I don't know.
It was more exciting seeing him getting into it with Aubrey Edwards, quite frankly.
Right. That was the most exciting moment he had.
I got to be honest with you. John Wick movies are on Peacock and the 4th. All right. Well, we'll check it out. We'll check it out when we have some time. Joe, we will definitely see what we can do about John Wick. Because we still want to talk about a little bit of SmackDown. And thank you all for joining us. If you just joined us, we're talking about AEW Revolution. Overall, I will say the pay-per-view was really good.
It really was.
You know, I think they delivered with what they needed to do. I don't know what's next for Mox and Hangman. Maybe this is like the final.
Right, because they were going back and forth.
You know, but I love, Mox went over the barricade like he does. He took off. And you had Hangman doing his thing. I mean, it was good. I think the bigger question for AEW, because we were just talking about this. How do y'all feel about Keith Lee's new look in the cape? Do you like it? Are you feeling it? Is it a bump it or dump it? I'm just curious.
I mean, it literally looks like it's a Halloween costume. Like I really like Keith Lee, and that cape to me is equivalent of the bear claw thing. Like
a bear cat,
bear claw, bear whatever. It was bad, and I don't like it, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't see why they needed to do anything of the sort. So
now I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he basically was like he's okay with the look. But I wonder if it was the same thing like with the whole Bearcat thing. Like, hey, it's a great thing. I'm not mad at it. It didn't make sense then. To me, you were here for about a year. You're changing it up a little bit.
You're in and out.
It's weird. I feel like one more time, they just don't know what to do with Keith Lee.
I think he needs to go back to WWE. And I think they need to start the intergender couples belts. And they don't know what to do with Meechum either. And let them start winning together as a couple and competing as a couple. I would love to see it. Would you love to see it?
Oh, Joe thinks Karrion Kross is the John Wick of wrestling. Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about that in a second. Yes, I would. I'm all about the intergender matches. I think there should be an intergender tag team division. Another reason to bolster the women's side of things. They clearly get involved in the men's matches. Y'all saw Rhea Ripley did to Santos Escobar. Y'all saw it. We're going to talk about SmackDown. Just make it happen, Captain.
Well, we only have a little time left, so maybe we should transition over. Was there anything else you want to say about AEW before we transition to SmackDown?
Pops, a.k.a. John Witherspoon, Neptune
That's
Next guy.
right.
Yeah, you did.
That's right.
Yeah, you did.
Gotta coordinate.
Coordinate. That's what I'm talking about. Shame them. Shame. Yeah, we're getting the shame bell. Let's transition to SmackDown because they're at and I think we'll start with you, Joe Davidian, because you say that Karrion Killer Kross is the John Wick of wrestling. Well, here's something else that we saw on SmackDown. Clearly, we got guys vying for the IC title. I'm all about it. I'm not mad at Gunther being the champion that he is. I'm a big fan of Imperium. Good to see Karrion Kross come out and have a feud with guys his size, somebody that's, not injured like Ray. That Ray thing was getting old. But one more again. My man came out. He was clean shaven. I don't know what shirt he was wearing. I'm not sure what's going on with the fit.
And
Before he got
her outfit looked very different from what she usually does too.
her outfit looked different.
Are they
Was like a
changing
couple
up?
weeks ago. My man had that big coat. Like I'm not quite sure what they're doing with Karrion Kross.
I don't think they know what they're doing. They're trying to change it up too, and I don't know what they're doing.
Like it's the thing that's frustrating is that when we know what people are capable of, because we saw it.
Right.
You see them in the Indies, you see them on NXT, but then they're brought up and seriously, they're just like, hey, I don't know what's going on. Like, I gotta ask the question. Mentioning Santos Escobar. Where the heck is Legado del Fantasma?
Right.
Where's the freaking queen of the WWE? Not Charlotte Flair. Talking about the woman that actually won the Queen of the Ring.
Right. Yeah, every time he was out there, she was at least out there on the behind the announce table. Now all of a sudden he's solo and you don't have her or the rest of his crew. That is really blaringly. It was one thing to have it like that one week.
It's weird, but we also have a slight disagreement on this. I am not comfortable with Santos being a face. I don't like this pivot that they decided to do with him and Ray. I totally get the luchador respect. It's the culture. I have no problem with that. What I'm saying is, why? Ray went over here to SmackDown to get away from his son and the Judgment Day. And they just bring him right back on over here. So he clearly has this whole thing with his son still. Why is Santos getting into the mix of this? I don't understand. And just to say, I want to teach you a lesson to get beat down, to get dropped by Rhea Ripley, then you rip the mask, and you still have this thing, this unfinished business with Ray.
At least this time he semi-ripped the mask because before he couldn't rip nothing with his weak self.
They were
And
a little pre-cut on
that
that.
dumb moment when he was showing Santos the mask and Santos was like, are you trying to get power from the mask? What were you doing? Were you trying to tag the mask in? Because I don't think it works that way.
That's what I'm saying. You're a heel. He's a good heel. Legado are good heels.
Mm-hmm.
They came into SmackDown being heels.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
I don't know what's going on.
Why is everybody else in the back chilling, eating pastries? Dude, oh my gosh, you're killing me. Triple H, I love you, bro. You're killing me. You're killing me. It doesn't make any sense. Because seriously, now what's supposed to happen? I'm waiting for the moment. Because I keep hearing Santos say, hey, Ray should have this, Ray should have that. Well, I'm going to do it. At some point, the respect, he's going to lose it. Because Ray's not doing what Santos would do. And then they're going to get into a thing? I don't like it, dude. This is a faction that should be feuding with other factions. Like Hit Row. Like you turned them heel, which was weird, but whatever. Am I wrong? I don't know. It just I don't want to see this every week. That's all I'm trying to say.
And I hope that they do figure out this thing with Karrion Kross, because like I've always said, I'm a fan of his and Scarlett, but they need to figure out what they're doing. They need to give them a decent storyline, and that Ray stuff was not it.
The Miz and Teddy Long, WrestleMania host. Holla, holla, holla. Just a minute, player. You know Teddy Long's gonna bring in The Undertaker. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Richie Bailey, what's going on with that super chat? Thank you, Richie Bailey. No Swerve or Keith on this pay-per-view, shaking my head, keeping the brothers down, and I'm done with that storyline. And I gotta tell you, because I said this to her as well, where was the TBS champion on this pay-per-view?
Right. Where
was Miss Jade Cargill? I feel I feel all pay-per-view should have championships defended. Even if it's a 10-minute bout.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough room for it. There's enough room for it.
Well, not when you do a 60-minute Iron Man match.
But I'm saying though, the dudes, we had the Trios Championship, the Tag Team Championship, you had the TNT Championship. So you had some of the lower tiers. You couldn't fit Jade in there. You couldn't put this feud in here with Swerve and Keith Lee.
The Trios Championship was pretty fire.
It was fire. Mm-hmm. Everything was good.
Mm-hmm.
Even Ricky Starks and Chris Jericho was good.
Christian Cage and Jungle Boy were good.
They were good. But I'm saying, when you are a champion, that means partly, if you're not the champion, but you're a champion, you're part of the face of that company.
Right.
And you should be on a pay-per-view defending that title.
Yeah, and I think that it's hard for them, especially because they have so many dang titles.
You know, I'm just saying. So I cannot disagree with that statement, Richie Bailey, at all. Should have happened.
I mean, and you guys already know how we feel about the Cody and Roman thing, because we did that reaction. So I guess what I really want to talk about, was there anything else you want to talk about on SmackDown before we bring up Lacey Ellen's comment?
Well, yeah, the two big things we won't spend much time on is obviously Uncle Howdy. I don't know if you guys heard that weird laugh that he did when he had Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, because everyone is saying that's Bo Dallas's laugh.
Right?
But it sounds more like a animal. Like it sounds like I don't know what.
I wasn't mad at it.
Like a gerbil.
But again, I cannot state this enough. This is WrestleMania season. This is March. We have a few weeks left. Why was it no Bray Wyatt? I'm fine with Uncle Howdy taking it to Bobby Lashley and that whole thing, whatever. It should be in the contract, in the clause. One pay-per-view a year, WrestleMania, the month before every televised event, you are on it. You are on it, no excuses. You're a part of this story. Bray Wyatt should have been there. That's how I feel about that. Okay. But then the big thing, Cody and Roman.
Well, I mean, we did talk about that in our review, but I mean, at the end of the day, it was good. I mean, Roman, we knew that the blows were going to be lower. He has more to say. He has more to say because he was trained by Dusty, because of that relationship. He can cut deeper. What does Cody have to say? He doesn't have anything like that to come back with. And Cody is a true face in the fashion that he wouldn't hit low if he could. He just is that kind of face. So it just is,
Rickety wants Punk versus Mox 3. No, thank you. No, thank you. Because after seeing what Punk and him did the last time, I wasn't impressed. Mm-hmm. I was very impressed with this match that he had with Hangman. There's no way you're going to tell me that Punk wants to do that again. And I'll tell you what. I bet you dollars to donuts my man gets injured again. He's injury prone. He's gonna injure his big toe. Something's gonna happen, and he's gonna be on the shelf for another 6 months. We'll see him again in 2024.
Yeah. There's wrestling. I don't know if I would care if Jay White showed up at WrestleMania. I'm not like it's fine, but it's not anything I would get excited about. Oh my gosh! No, you didn't.
If I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lay some hands,
I don't think I've ever seen a pastor wear a cape. What kind of pastor? What kind of church you going to?
Maybe he's a deacon.
Okay.
People applying for Hogwarts.
Headmaster of Hogwarts.
Oh
He
man!
look like a magician. So yeah, wizard. Okay.
Okay, I like that. And Joe, you are all about John Wick. I can respect it. When we watch it, we will definitely get into it. So one of the things we want to talk about, I want to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up because, more importantly, I don't know if you guys, what am I doing? I don't know if you guys saw the comments here by Lacey freaking Evans. Put a foot in the mouth one more again. I swear to you, I want to just go ahead and why I oughta. So Lacey Evans talks about, how serious we take mental health. It's in our description. We've done other podcasts talking about it. She's talked about her struggle with it, and we take it very, very seriously.
And the main reason we were supporting her is because she was coming out as a mental health advocate, and then she posted this crap.
So, and we didn't have time to put it up on the screen, so I'm just going to read it real quick, and I'll let you read the response. So, Lacey Evans, again, if you guys didn't see this, how to fix 99% of anxiety and depression. Number 1, exercise hard daily. Train, brother. Take your vitamins, dude. Eat clean. Put purpose over pleasure. Make a lot more money. So basically, don't be a broke ass. This is very much what she's saying. Stop overthinking. Help others and be kind. Mind your own effing business. Help others and be kind. I'm not quite sure what she thought in this is helping others. And there was somebody who felt some type of way about that. They had something to say about that whole thing. This was the bunny from AEW.
Some of us manage our mental health issues with medication. To suggest that simply exercising, eating a certain way, working more, etc., will cure your mental illness is harmful and perpetuates the notion that mental health issues aren't actual illnesses, all capitals. If anyone out there is struggling to do basic human activities due to their anxiety, depression, etc., you aren't alone. Please take care of yourself and don't listen to the narrative that you are choosing to suffer. I know from experience that you are doing the best you can. Sending love to you all. Heart emoji and
Bravo.
Well said, Bunny. Now I am a huge fan of Bunny. Not that I didn't like her, but now I feel connected to you because that she ignorance and really she was just reposting somebody else. But if you are not a medical doctor who has gone to school and studied the brain and how it's wired and how your trauma affects you, how genetics affect you, you have no business making such a comment. It was extremely judgmental and very damaging to people who legitimately suffer from this illness. So I am so glad that Bunny, that Bunny said it the way she did, because I feel like she didn't have to sit here and go back and forth or be like, you blah blah blah. She just was like trying to help all those who would probably feel like crap. And most of the time, if you're suffering from depression and anxiety, you're already beating yourself up. You're already thinking it's because you can't get it together, because you deserve it, or because whatever. Self-esteem issues are usually in there. So what Lacey Evans did was so damaging, and I am unfanning you. I'm no longer your fan.
And I'm not typically one that deals with anxiety, but it has crept up now and again over the last few years for me.
Being married to me.
And I can tell you, it's not a fun feeling. And sometimes you've got to do what you can to try to calm that raging storm. But every time it's crept up, I've said to myself, I can't imagine what it's like for somebody to live in a constant state of high anxiety, in a constant state of fight or flight. For those who've never experienced it, and I've said this to her, over the last few years, is that you think you know yourself, and to some degree that you do. But until you're faced with a situation, until you got a gun in your face, until you see the headlights coming at you, you're not quite sure what your response is going to be. You got to go through some stuff sometimes in order to really know what you're capable of or how you're going to react to something. So I don't want to say that exercising isn't a good thing, or eating right isn't a good thing, or taking your vitamins or getting good sleep. Certainly is a good thing, and it's helpful.
But you were doing all those things.
Exactly.
You were doing all those things. He takes his vitamins, he says his prayers, he exercises.
And I believe in myself, dude.
He does all of that. So
there's more to it than that. So I just feel, I agree with you. I feel that was a very ignorant statement.
I think simple statements are made by simple people.
And I think it's a shame you say stuff like that and you wonder why you're just not getting over.
Right.
In this business. Maybe you're just not a very
nice person. Talking about being nice to others, that was not nice.
And I like your in-ring style. I said that when you were the Southern Belle. You hit hard. I like that stiff hit.
Sometimes.
I want to see the connection. You're athletic. You serve this country. Hoorah. Respect. But dude, we're all different. Sometimes it takes a little bit of life to understand that. Especially when you had the character change that they did with you that didn't work.
Right.
Where you were talking about yourself and you put yourself out there.
Right. And we were so defending you because we felt like because you were speaking up about mental illness that people should have been respectful of your feelings and you opening up, and then you turn around and judge others who have mental illness in that way.
No good.
Not cool, bro.
George Lowry says CM Punk is like Glass Joe from Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Yeah, remember Glass Joe? That's exactly CM Punk.
That's funny.
Okay? Just do yourself a favor, bro. Stay at home, eat your muffins. Okay? Just do whatever you gotta do. Be Dwight Goodman, because you saw the dodgeball clip at the beginning of this. If you watch that movie to the end, just be that guy at home. Let AJ Lee go do the wrestling stuff. Okay, that's how I feel about you, sir. But we might have him on the show one day. You never know. Xavier, thank you very much, Xavier, for this super chat. And you say, this would be a swerve. How about this? Cody versus Roman match, and we see a person in a hoodie, and we don't see his face. Hits Roman in the face, and it's CM Punk. And Paul Heyman has that smile and walks away with him. I just talked some trash about him, and here you go with the super chat. Could you imagine?
They're not about to give CM Punk that belt.
Could you imagine? We know he was a Paul Heyman guy. I tell you what. I almost wouldn't be mad at it. We all know it's not going to happen.
It would,
but
be
I wouldn't be mad at it. That would be the ultimate swerve.
That would be the ultimate swerve, for real. No doubt.
That would be pretty crazy. But I think he's still got some unfinished business in AEW. He left a bit of a mess. He's got to get a mop. He's got to get the cleaning a little bit. As much of a non-fan I am of CM Punk, I cannot imagine this is how his story ends.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know he was nursing the injury. He'll be back. To what degree? I don't know. But I like it. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Thank you, Xavier, for that super chat. I think there was a couple more, but we're gonna just We're going to go because she is tired.
Got work early.
Jedi Knight says, smash that like button. Listen to Jedi Knight. Richie Bailey with that super chat. Thank you very much.
Richie Bailey.
Lacey was out of pocket. Come on now.
Hashtag facts.
Everybody deals with mental illness in different ways. A list will never help anybody.
Mm-mm.
Especially a trash list like that. Again, great stuff if you're a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Not mad at it. But dude, seriously, nobody asks to have mental illness. And I will say firsthand, as somebody that really didn't come from a background of mental illness, coming into a situation and having to learn about things that I didn't know about. I had my preconceived notions, I had my judgments, and those all had to be dispelled, especially for people that you love. So that's why they say that thing about trigger warning, that you just put stuff out there, like you just let a bomb go off and then just say, oops, while you're trying to pick up the pieces. You got to be, especially in the position that you're in, you got to be a little more careful with the words, because the words that you say, they do have power. You know, somebody that loves bodybuilding, one of the things I always hated from a pro bodybuilder, a certain 5%er, if you will, talking about just eat right, eat 7 times a day, you know, eat your Wheaties, take your protein, and you'll be big and strong like me. No, bro. It's 20 cc's of, you know, don't do that. Just be careful with the things that you say to young, impressionable minds. Because they will have effects.
The last thing you need to do is tell someone who's depressed that they're depressed because they're choosing to be depressed and they're weak. That, especially because it's not true, but so many people with depression are already struggling with suicide and self-worth, and you're now making them feel bad for having depression. That the ignorance of it all is astounding.
And you're not helping yourself. Look, you're trying to get over in this company. You're not doing yourself any favors, sister. You're just not. So really, number one, stay in your lane.
That was probably your nail in the coffin, to be honest.
Figure out you and your character and what you can do to get over in the WWE universe, because we're still waiting.
Right.
Okay? Sooner or later, pro wrestlers want to get that title. Don't see it happening.
Don't see it happening.
Be a better person.
They can't even put her in a match with a real wrestler.
Thank you, Richie Bailey.
Thank you.
We really appreciate that. So I think that's not everybody.
Hey, Jay Sean the Dragon.
I heard about the Sonya Deville situation. Oh, yeah. I didn't want to mention that, really. So for those that don't know, we'll say this and we'll end on this. Sonya got arrested for having a gap.
And it's so crazy.
Unregistered, I believe.
No, it was registered in Florida or something like that.
Unlicensed? What was it?
It's not legal to carry in New York or New Jersey or wherever she was. It's not legal to carry there. So it doesn't matter.
She didn't have a license to carry where she was.
Right. So you, like, it doesn't matter. Just like if you take, you know, like homegirl who took weed to another country, their laws are different. You can't take your gap with you to another state where they have stricter gun laws or you're not licensed there. But like WWE, as you saw, is not planning on having any kind of reprimand for that, because anybody who knows what she went through would understand that you would, of course, be needing to be, you need to protect yourself. Someone broke in your home with they had zip ties and a knife, and garbage bag. Come on, man, that is a Lifetime movie gone wrong, and you need to protect you. Of course you want to protect yourself. That is traumatizing. Somebody was really trying to kill her.
I get that. And I do not want to negate that. Here's the thing, though. Something in your mind you think I'm going to use. If you're going someplace else, you need to make sure that you can use it. We had a certain women's pro basketball player who was in Russia for something here that she would not be jailed over, and she just was. All I'm saying is you need to know where you're going and what the rules are before you do it. Don't plead ignorance. How many people go to the airport, you pack your bag.
Yeah, you know what's in there.
You know what's in there. You cannot bring that to the airport.
Yeah.
You cannot be shocked when things go down.
Right.
With that said, it begs the question, why was the valet in the glove compartment in the first place?
That's a really good question, because once upon a time, you can lock your glove compartment and you didn't have to worry about no one going in your... But now, I don't ever see locks on the cars anymore.
No.
There's no more locking mechanism. So there's no reason in the world that a valet should have touched her glove compartment.
Nope. And I don't like valeting. And I work with valets every day. I work with some good people. But I do not like valeting. I don't trust nobody in my car.
Yeah.
For nothing. I think you're just gonna steal some of the change, some of the pocket change. Okay. If I find out you went through my glove compartment, now we got a problem. Your job is to take this car from point A to point B. You take that key and you give it to the front. You don't need to be going to my... You don't need to be opening up the center console. You don't need to be doing none of that. None of that.
Mm-hmm.
So if I were Sonya Deville, I would get my attorney and be like, I want this expunged because what you did, no bueno. But again, I understand. She was violated in a very serious way. Anybody that's ever had their home broken into, you should know it's a terrible feeling, and you want to defend yourself. So she felt like she was in a situation where she felt like she needed to do that on a regular basis. I get it. But again, sister, can't plead ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know, but I'm going in a different state. I'm going in a different country. Different rules.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Johnny Lee for life. Have you seen? You're going to have to go back and watch this from the beginning, because we talked about AEW Revolution when we got on for most of the show.
Good night, Anthony. Good night, Shayla.
Yes.
I get another super chat right here from Rashawn Spiller. What's going on, Rashawn?
Thank you.
What about if KO and Sami come out and help Cody win and Jay just watches it happen? Well, it's my understanding KO ain't with Sami right now. He's not in the Sami corner.
No, KO is not with Sami right now. And I really think that this is going to come down to Roman thinking that he could put his hands on Jimmy and Jay's going to come out and get involved. I think that's going to be the situation personally.
I mean, he did say, I'm not going to blame Jay, I'm going to blame Jimmy. Why Jimmy got to do this? Jimmy's innocent. Leave Jimmy alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see if KO is going to come around. I don't know.
We really appreciate you guys coming in here with us. We, like I said, we said we weren't going to take up too much of your time, and we mean it. I know y'all need to get to bed. We need to get to bed.
Yeah, ordinarily we would be on this.
We are really.
She has a permanent floor, but it wasn't registered in New Jersey.
Yeah,
see?
that's what it was.
So it don't matter. It don't transfer like a handicap placard in California. You can take that and park legally in Nevada. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I may not be able to take that and go to, Florida or New Jersey. I don't know. I need to read up on it before I go, and it's hanging on my rearview mirror. I just assume that it's okay.
Yeah.
That's all, especially with a gun. Look, I'm a licensed with many calibers. I'm licensed to carry a firearm. I am licensed to carry, I think, up to 5 different calibers. Okay? It is serious. I've gone through a lot of training. I have to do this every couple of years. It is no joke. You are not a scofflaw. You are not some thug. You are not a gangster. You are a WWE superstar. And that could have put your life and your career in jeopardy if you had gotten the wrong cop. So you need to read up on it when it comes to firearms. It is not a game. Don't just assume. And don't say you forgot. I know for dang sure if we are packing in the car, at no point are we going to say
we forgot
there's a gun in the car.
No.
So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all so much. AEW was crazy. SmackDown was crazy. Come back tomorrow because we will be back for our Monday Night Live the last half hour.
Yep.
Live watch along and then review.
And review.
We hope you guys are enjoying that because
Yes.
we are enjoying it. So come on back. Thank you guys for this. Everybody that super chatted, to our members, the OGs.
OG.
We appreciate it. Thank you guys very, very much. We love you all very much. I think that was it, right? Bone
Yep.
Crusher, you want to say anything, Bone Crusher?
Bone Crusher's knocked out.
She's knocked out. But she'll be up in a second.
Mm-hmm.
Come back tomorrow for AEW Combos
Wrestling
Edition. Have a good night, everybody. And we bid you
Adieu.
good night, y'all.